The early morning air over the contested front was thick with tension as Ukrainian forces initiated a calculated counterattack against entrenched Russian positions. What unfolded over the next several hours highlighted not only the evolving tactics of modern warfare, but also the growing prominence of highly trained sniper units operating with precision and discipline. Among the Ukrainian formations, elite sniper teams, often associated with units like the Azov Brigade, played a decisive role in disrupting Russian defensive cohesion. Operating in small, concealed pairs, these snipers leveraged terrain, camouflage, and advanced optics to identify and neutralize high-value targets. Their mission extended beyond simple marksmanship. They were tasked with sowing confusion, halting command structures, and creating openings for advancing infantry. As the counteroffensive began, Ukrainian mechanized units moved cautiously, supported by reconnaissance drones feeding real-time intelligence to command posts. Russian forces, expecting a more direct assault, found themselves instead under intermittent but highly accurate fire. Officers attempting to coordinate defensive maneuvers became primary targets, forcing units to rely on fragmented communication. The effectiveness of sniper operations lies not only in their lethality but in their psychological impact. Reports from the front suggest that Russian troops, uncertain of sniper positions, were forced to slow movements, abandon exposed routes, and delay reinforcement efforts. This hesitation created critical windows for Ukrainian assault groups to advance and secure key positions with reduced resistance. Urban and semi-urban environments further amplified the advantage of skilled snipers. Ruined buildings, tree lines, and uneven terrain offered countless concealed vantage points. Ukrainian teams reportedly rotated positions frequently, minimizing the risk of counter-sniper detection while maintaining constant pressure. Meanwhile, electronic warfare units on both sides attempted to jam communications and disrupt drone feeds. Despite this, Ukrainian forces demonstrated adaptability, often reverting to pre-planned signals and decentralized command structures when needed. This flexibility proved crucial in maintaining momentum during the counterattack. The engagement also underscored the increasing integration of traditional infantry tactics with modern surveillance technology. Snipers were not acting in isolation. They were part of a broader network that included drone operators, artillery units, and rapid response squads. When a sniper team identified a fortified position beyond their reach, coordinates could be relayed within seconds for precision artillery strikes. By midday, Ukrainian units had successfully pushed Russian forces back from several forward positions. While the gains were measured rather than sweeping, they represented a strategic shift, demonstrating the effectiveness of coordinated, intelligence-driven assaults over large-scale frontal attacks.
На 11 часов цель наблюдаешь?
Military analysts note that such operations reflect a broader trend in contemporary warfare. Smaller, highly skilled units exerting outsized influence on the battlefield. Snipers, once viewed primarily as support elements, are increasingly central to shaping engagements, particularly in conflicts defined by mobility, information, and precision. As the situation continues to evolve, the role of elite sniper units remains a critical factor. Their ability to disrupt, delay, and demoralize opposing forces ensures they will remain at the forefront of Ukraine's tactical approach in ongoing and future operations. In Zaporizhia region, Ukrainian troops have stopped an attempted offensive by Russian forces using motorcycles, according to the 225th Separate Assault Regiment of the Ukrainian Ground Forces. A new enemy assault in Zaporizhia region on motorcycles, and also on Ural trucks. Ukrainian servicemen noted that while Russian troops are being sent into assaults on Ural trucks and motorcycles, they have already neutralized 2 regiments and 2 brigades of occupying forces on just one axis of the Hulie Pole direction. Recall that, according to the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Russian troops have reduced the intensity of combat operations over the past 2 days, but this does not indicate a change in their intentions. The Russian General Staff continues to focus on occupying Donbass and increasing activity in other directions. At the same time, occupying forces maintain pressure on the Sumy and Kharkiv directions, continuing attempts to advance toward Kupiansk and create a so-called control zone in border areas. Earlier, Ukrainian military intelligence, HUR, reported that Russia is preparing a new offensive in southeastern Ukraine, involving strategic reserves, with plans to deploy an additional 20,000 servicemen. The Center for Countering Disinformation also reported that the Kremlin is considering at least 3 scenarios for the war in Ukraine, ranging from continuing hostilities to freezing the conflict and conducting hybrid aggression against NATO countries. Meanwhile, Deputy Head of the Presidential Office and Brigadier General Pavlo Palisa noted that Russian losses in Donbass have tripled, while advances remain minimal. Alexander Syrsky, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has reported that following a change in weather conditions, Russian forces have intensified their offensive operations along virtually the entire 1,200 kilometers contact line. Ukrainian troops are engaged in active defense. The Russian aggressor is suffering significant losses, but has not abandoned its plans to seize Ukraine.
Охуеть надо.
Our main tasks are therefore to destroy the enemy, stop its advance, strike Russian rear areas, including deep inside their territory, and protect the skies above our cities and towns. Syrsky said that the armed forces must seize the strategic initiative and are therefore engaged in active defense. As a result, Ukrainian defenders recovered control over nearly 50 square kilometers of Russian-occupied territory in March. We counter Russian quantity with Ukrainian quality of combat operations, forcing the adversary to fight on our terms, and constantly pushing back the deadlines for completing their objectives, Syrsky has stated. The Commander-in-Chief noted that in order to degrade Russia's offensive capabilities, Ukrainian forces are maintaining a high tempo of strikes against military sites, facilities belonging to Russia's military-industrial complex, and other assets on Russian territory that support their operations. He stated that in March, 76 such assets were struck using deep strike capabilities, 15 of which were oil refinery facilities. After receiving a report from the Ukrainian Support Forces Command, Syrsky also emphasized that it is necessary to intensify work on engineering obstacles and fortifications. A new solution in the conditions of today's drone war is the construction of sunken dug-in routes for the movement of military equipment and personnel. The air assault forces are setting the example of how this should be done, Syrskyi said, referring to engineered movement paths built below ground level or cut into terrain to shield military vehicles and personnel from drone surveillance and strikes, and to reduce the chance of them being exposed during movement. In addition, Syrskyi heard reports on the state of mobilization and recruitment, logistical support, fortification of defensive lines, preparation and restoration of the combat capability of units, and the maintenance of law and order within the armed forces.